welcome. Hey, it's Monica Cornetti with Sententia Gamification with another Monica's Morning Musings. So one of the little known facts, some people know about me, we don't keep it a secret because I love doing it. Since about 2012, I think it is, I've been on faculty with American Management Association. So I get the opportunity to be with leaders in the room with them, either virtually or live, 2 to 4 days a month. And the reason I keep that on my schedule is because I feel like when we're in L&D, we kind of sit in this ivory tower of what we imagine life is like in the real world. Well, when I'm in my classes with American Management Association, I get that, kind of whack on the side of the head that this is really what's happening in the real world right now, Monica. So what you think as you're up there designing in your L&D ivory tower and what is are oftentimes two different things. So we want to make sure as designers that we're really not just talking to the subject matter experts or the person who believes we need to design this training program because people need to know it's something that's new, so they need to know it. Yeah, well, what are they going to do with it and why would they care? But that's a whole nother musing. One of the experiences that happened this past week as I was leading was a government agency, all young leaders. And so I like to put little challenges out to them to see how quickly they can respond. And one of the questions I asked them was, what are you bringing to the table for your team that no one else can bring? And of that group of like 24 young leaders, there was not one who could answer that question. Now, and I know that they've got something unique, this sizzle that's part of who they are, that they're bringing to the table. But for some reason, they're either not wanting to brag on themselves or they're uncertain yet of their capabilities. They don't want to put themselves out there, like promoting themselves with something they can't fulfill, whatever the junk is, whatever that is in their brains. But I thought, one of the things that I'm so fortunate is that when I tripped and fell into this field of adult learning, it was really accidental. Many of you know my story, and I'll be happy to share that at some point. But when I had an experience that didn't go so well, and I went to our local bookstore to find a book to help me get better, and the only book, one book on the shelf, was by an author named Mel Silberman. At the time, I felt unfortunate that I have one book to choose from, so I hope this is good. Years later, as I look back, it was really just extreme godsend, fortunate that that was the book on the shelf, because I learned from the very beginning the right way. I learned that for adults to have meaning in their learning, for them to get training from their learning that really sticks, that they can do something with, it's got to be experiential. I learned that from Mel. I didn't learn something wrong and then had to relearn it. I learned it right away. So right from the very beginning, I started doing these experiential design activities in any of my facilitations that I was leading for clients. I put that all together in a nice little book called Totally Awesome Training. We've got a resources page on our website. You can download the ebook version of that for free. So check that out at our resources at sententiagamification.com. But in this class, I said, well, let's turn to my Brag Fest activity on page, I think it's 57. Whatever the page was, I found it real quick because Brag Fest is just this wonderful experiential activity where they get to really focus on some accomplishments they've made, what helped them to do that, identify their sizzle, and know what they're bringing to the table every day that no one else on the planet can bring, because they are here at this time for some specific reasons. There's people that need them on a daily basis, so let's identify that sizzle. So my musing, my challenge to you is, what are you taking to the table that no one else can bring? When was the last time you focused on what you could really brag about? My dad always said, it ain't bragging if it's true. Well, he didn't say it with the Southern slang at all because he's not so, but it ain't bragging if it's true. If you can back it up, it's just fact. This is something I'm bringing to the table. So I want us to keep in mind that with the emotions that come from identifying those positives, it's a great thing to have emotions in our training program. And I'm going to come back to that on another musings, but focus on what's different. What am I bringing? Why am I here right now at this time in this whole long timeline of human history? Why am I here now? There's a specific reason that you're here. People need you to bring something to the table that no one else on the planet can bring it. So, challenge. What is that you're bringing? Feel free to share it with me. Connect with us at sententiagamification.com. Be sure to like and subscribe to our videos, and we'll see you back here for another Monica Morning Musing soon. Have a great day.